One full season into Riverdale, it's fully apparent more than ever that the CW show based on Archie comics isn't just for teens. As it tackles heavy subjects from gun violence to sexual assault, slut-shaming, drugs, and incest, to name a few, the show is as much a character study about a group of friends as it is a visual of a city being awakened by random acts of violence, and forced to confront the darkness that lays beneath. A picture that's all too familiar outside of the world of Riverdale. As Betty Cooper said in the finale of the first season, pretending to be normal and perfect when we're like a Greek suburban tragedy is at the heart of Riverdale. In the premiere of the second season, though, everyone has almost given up on pretending. Death, or attempted death in the case of Archie's dad Fred Andrews, who we find out survived being shot in Pop's chocolate shop thanks to a driver's license-less Archie careening his father to the hospital, has a way of dredging up people's true feelings and intentions, we learn. In the wake of Fred's shooting, Veronica is forced to play the role of the comforting girlfriend, something she admits she doesn't do as well as makeovers, party planning, and dance-offs. Old Veronica would have bolted by now, but new Veronica doesn't want to let Archie down. She tells Betty at the hospital as they're awaiting a status update on Fred alongside Archie and Jughead. Instead, she attempts to his spirits up, quite literally, as she jumps in the shower with Archie, which is one of the few comic relief moments of the episode. It's easy to forget in that steamy moment the absurdity of the situation that, 1. Veronica's definition of consolation is shower sex and, 2. that she keeps on her signature pearl necklace in the blood-stained shower. Perhaps, a symbolic reminder of how Riverdale's suburban utopia has been shattered. On a more micro level, Bughead fans will be disappointed that Archie and Veronica got yet another risque scene when Betty and Jughead still haven't been able to finish what they started in the Season 1 premiere, as they were interrupted by the Serpents coming to see their new family member Jughead, in the wake of his dad protecting the names of the people possibly Serpents who sold heroin for the now-deceased Clifford Blossom. A refresher, Season 1 ended with Clifford hanging himself in the Thornhill barn as it became clear that he murdered his own son Jason. Once Jason discovered the family business wasn't just bottling maple syrup. Archie and Veronica's shower scene cuts to Betty telling Kevin Keller, the sheriff's son, that she and Jughead haven't yet had sex, though they did exchange I love yous. Betty also tells her mom something similar, which is a shift from the squeaky clean Betty we met at the start of the first season. Betty, who later shares a kiss with Jughead in the episode, though nothing more, is then interrupted by Cheryl Blossom, who emerges in the hospital alongside her full cast-covered mother, who has been rescued from the purifying fire Cheryl started at Thornhill Estate, after discovering her father murdered Jason before killing himself. Though, Cheryl has told everyone a different story about how the fire started, and how her mother got injured. She also threatened her mother about telling the truth, clenching and cutting off the flow of her mom's oxygen mask. If you breathe it's because I give you air. Things are going to be different now, mommy. Better. You'll see. Is this the apocalypse? Kevin asks Betty, wondering for all of the viewers. But who shot Fred Andrews? Betty's mom and the sheriff hint that a serpent might be involved, but Jughead, who is clearly the town's best detective, and most reliable narrator, has another theory. People have grudges. People have enemies. Think of where we live. Fathers are killing their sons. It's entirely conceivable that this was a hit, he tells Veronica and Betty, of the motive behind the green-eyed shooter. As we know, at least two people have a grudge against Fred, Hermione and Hiram Lodge, the former of whom tried to squeeze Andrews out of their company in the Season 1 finale, and the latter of whom may have caught wind that the former high school sweethearts had momentarily rekindled their romance. Veronica suspects the same as she later corners her mother while Hermione is in a church, asking, "What are we praying for? Fred's recovery, or a speedy death?" Before delivering one of the best lines of the episode. "I don't think you're an innocent pawn, Mom," she says. "I think you're Daddy's eyes and ears on the ground, calling the shots." If the Manolo Blahnik fits. Jughead's theory that the gunman wasn't actually a robber as he posed to be, and as the sheriff suspects, is strengthened by the revelation that the green-eyed man didn't even take 1 penny from Pops, which Bughead learns after returning to the soda shop to find Fred's missing wallet. He wasn't a thief.